Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Sunday morning? Hope everyone is doing great. Like Tony the Tiger. I don't have an arc form slim foot, so I can't tell you about it. I do have an arc form theory, and I like it, so I'm sure the slim foot can't be all that bad. By the way, good morning, Mr. Ed, Mr. Pete. Hope you gentlemen are doing good. Mr. TC. I guess everybody's hanging out in the Discord instead of watching me, but that's fine. That's what it's for. So, let's see. I forgot to tell y'all what I picked up at the yard sale yesterday. So I will start with that after I show what I carried last night. So let's see here. Where are we at? So last night at work, I carried this in my front pocket, which is the Brian Brown Corvus. Super cool hollow ground knife. Probably my favorite Brian Brown knife, the Corvus. So I had that in the front pocket. And then in the back pocket, I had the Jaeger. This is the V3, I believe, yeah. And it's another hollow ground knife. Another beauty. I bought the flipper tab version, but I turned it into the non-flipper tab version. They make both of them, but I wasn't fortunate enough to find a non-flipper. So I made a non-flipper. And laying here beside them is the Shortcut clone, which I'm still loving. Good morning, Mr. Scott. Hope you're doing well this morning. We're going to have a special guest come on soon, hopefully. I don't know. I guess he'll pop in the chat at some point and pop on the camera thing at some point. But yeah, let me show you what I got at the yard sales yesterday. So I got two super old school... Let me make the camera bigger here because I won't be able to show them on screen if I don't. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Camera bigger. So both of them are actually things, old school electronics, super old school electronics that would be great for the apocalypse, I guess. I think of seeing this in like The Last of Us in a cabin somewhere. But this is the first thing that I got. It is a realistic DX440. And it is a direct entry communications receiver, AM, FM, and it's got all the pitch and gain and balance and all kinds of craziness. Voice of the world. So I got that at the yard sale yesterday. And even cooler, I got this. And all this stuff attached to it. Dang it. Hold on. Whoa. I'm whipping my hair. I'm whipping my whip back and forth. So I got this. Hold on. This is the Uniden 500 channel Trunk Tracker 3 Bearcat. So it is a scanner with a stand and everything. And it came with a full whip antenna that magnets right on the top of it. So I got this Bearcat scanner, and it came with the original power adapter. I got both of those for $9 total, and they both sell for $100 each on eBay. So I figure I can turn around and just resell them on eBay if I want to. I paid $5 for the Bearcat, and I threw in an extra $4 for the Realistic. And I saw both of them listed for like around $100 on eBay. So that was pretty cool. So that's what my pocket check was. Let's see. And then yesterday, y'all saw me when I did that video last week about buying knives on Knife Swap. I bought that $22 knife, and it was a sin cut. Let me zoom the camera back in where we can see things closer. So yeah, I bought that $22 sin cut, and it was the yeah, mister, it would be fun to clean them and flip them. They look like they're in great shape. So since when I bought this knife, he gave away free things with the first two purchases, and the free thing he gave me, other guy picked the other thing, was the Gerber Shard. I wasn't familiar. Brown Sugar, good morning. I wasn't familiar with the Gerber Shard, but I guess it's a little pry tool, bottle opener, screwdriver thing. I don't know. But this is the Wasi, maybe? I don't even remember. But I love the hollow ground Wharncliffe blade on it. It looks a lot like it might be Pete's style knife. It did have great action when I got it. He said he's never carried or cut anything, and I can believe it because even the clip is still shiny. No scratches on it. So that's super cool. Still waiting for our guest to join in the video stream. So I guess I'll have to keep talking for a little while. That's never been a problem before. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I also got in something else yesterday in the mail, and that was my set of skiffs that I bought for the annex. Good morning, John. So maybe sometime during the stream, either after or if he doesn't show up, I'll do it instead of. Maybe we'll swap it out in the annex, see how it goes. Let me see. He said he can't join. Let me see if I can send him a better link. He said he can't join the chat, which is kind of weird. Morning, Waylon. Hope you're doing well, sir. Good morning, Michael. Yeah, it's a super cool knife. I'm wondering if he means the video or the actual. I guess we'll figure it out here in a minute. If he could pop in the live stream. Whoa, that's a crazy price. Oh no, that's the $80 one. But it's, yeah, but it's got $28 shipping. That's the other link, Michael, that to a different priced one. Oh, there he is. The link finally worked. I see him. I can't hear him. I can't hear you. I think there's a microphone button maybe somewhere that you have to click or change your microphone. Was it Jack? Is that right? I said I wouldn't forget you had a, yeah, Jack. Yeah, I can't hear you. I can see you though. Yeah, if you hit that video and audio settings down there, should be able to change your input maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Say something now. Oh, yep, that works. It was on my end, not yours. You're not on stream yet, actually. You're just in the background on the thing. So let me get you brought into stream, and I will give you the screen, and we will just talk. Let me get you loaded up here. Hold on just a second. I got to get you added into OBS. All right. Browser. Add it in. Paste your name. So you can hear me okay, though? All right. Your microphone is actually a little bit low. Maybe I can adjust that. Let's see. All right, I got you on screen now. So welcome to the chat. Yeah.
But it's early in the morning, and I'm just like down here working. This is usually my work time, like between midnight and 6 a.m., 7 a.m.
Oh yeah, is that, you mean your work time as far as doing mods and stuff, or your real job?
Yeah, for mods. I have a pretty demanding full-time job on top of this, so I get it all in when I can.
Yeah. So, yeah, let me talk to the chat. So, yeah, if y'all haven't looked at his Instagram yet, it's Pocket SX, I think, EDC mods. Is that what it says?
Yeah, it's Pocket Sex, Pocket SX.
Oh, Pocket Sex. There you go. I didn't even pick up on the sex part. That's funny. I should have.
It's one of those who just never landed.
Yeah, I thought it was like more like FX, like just SX, like special effects or pocket FX.
Pockets. Yeah. And they both works. I think people would probably understand effects better the first time. Oh well, it's my own little thing. I know what it means. I'm fine.
Yeah, so do you have a place that you offer prices and stuff for your services?
Not really. I usually just kind of do everything through chat. I have kind of a baseline of what I will price people, like, and just go from there. Because most people honestly send me like 2 or 3 things at one time, so I'll just go based off of all of the mods we're doing all together, and we'll just go off of one price. But usually, if it's just like we're just doing like basic.
So I guess people just see your pictures and then say, "Hey, can you do that for me?"
Yeah. I haven't been posting lately because it's been crazy, and every time I post, I kind of get inundated with messages. So I've been posting a little bit less until I get caught up with everything. But yeah, I just do everything through chat.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I got started late on Instagram. I was, I'm a Gen Xer, so like Instagram was one of the last things I got on. So I'm finally trying to get it to grow some. But so but a ton of people use Instagram for their pure, that's all they use for their business. Like pretty wild.
Yeah, man, it kind of grows all at once after you get like a little bit of attraction, and it starts to kind of like happens really slow and then overnight type thing. Like this year,
so one of the things people mentioned,
it got super busy.
Yeah, one of the things people mentioned in chat before I even started was they wanted to know about cell shading. So, without giving away like any secrets or anything, I mean, I'm sure people can look it up and figure out how to cell shade stuff. But how much does it differ from just regular anno process?
Well, it's Cerakote. So, I mean, I've done some where you can like integrate anno in there, but it's Cerakote, which is actually better because Cerakote's tough as nails. Anno over time kind of the color changes, wears down, all that kind of stuff. And this stuff, Cerakote will pretty much.
Okay, so when I was looking at Way of Knife earlier, they said that their service what they do for cell shading, they said it's not Cerakote.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've seen some guys do it with laser too. So, I don't know. Mine's all done by hand. So I'll mix all the Cerakote colors, and it's not like a prepackaged thing. It's not like you buy paint bottles and just like start drawing away. You have to actually. You're on a really tight timeline, so you have to mix all the stuff up and have it ready standing by. And I use basically color fill pens. They're basically needles with little bowls on them. You fill the bowl, I'll do all my sketch lines and everything. And so yeah, it's all done with Cerakote. It's tough, never comes off.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah. Do you have some examples of something you could show us real quick that you've done with with the cell shading? Actually, I can bring up your Instagram. Actually,
I have a bunch on the bench right now too, because it's still popping off, pretty popular.
Yeah, I saw you had a drawer full of it looked like cell shaded stuff.
Yeah, I just finished this up this morning. This is a Strix.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, just very comic book, kind of Borderlands or whatever.
Right.
So I'll lay down the base layers. So like this base layer was white, and then I did the color. I did everything green, and then I'll mask, and then do the orange here, and then it's all about timing. Because the stuff that, like I said, is like on a timeline. It'll dry out on you, or it'll harden and it won't be useful anymore.
And then do you go back and do you just hand draw on the black little accent lines? Like you just hand draw those on?
Yeah, I use I'll mix up the color, and then I'll use this is pretty much my kind of workstation for cell shading, and I'll use those color fill pens right there.
Oh, okay. Oh, those are awesome. I hadn't seen those.
Basically just draw it on. I mean, there's all kinds of little tricks and stuff that you do to get different effects and everything, but...
So, that thing in your drawer right there, we were all wondering about that thing, the little round thing, the gray thing. What's that thing called?
Oh, that's a JRW curator.
The curator. So, what do you use it for, to hold stuff?
Yeah, I use it to hold stuff, and it's awesome for taking stuff apart over top to put it underneath your stuff when you're disassembling, because if you drop anything, it just bounces straight in here. Like, you know how you have the problem of... So
it's made out of like a rubber material?
Yeah, it's rubber.
Oh, okay. See, every time I looked at it, I thought it was like a hard material, so it didn't make sense to me. I was like...
Well, it is. It's hard rubber. I mean, there's different degrees of rubber or whatever. Yeah. But I built like a whole drawer out of it. So like this is basically my breakdown mat, and everything in here is like some of it's JRW. Like this long piece came out of like a roulette table.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you have to be a little bit of an artist to do cell shading.
I mean, maybe it takes maybe just like enough practice. I'm not necessarily an artist, but I'll go on like the one thing that I do is go on and look up Google images of like what's that first person shooter game? uh, I can't remember. There's this game that my roommate plays where you buy like skins for your guns and everything. Why can't I think of the fucking name of it? Anyway, I'll look up video games and I'll just like put images of like video game stills, and I'll use that as inspiration to like get the lines and like finesse and make it look like, you know, like it jumped off the page.
Right. So I'm totally, I don't know. So I tried to look up a little bit of stuff so I would know what to ask you, and it just baffles me when I went to the Way of Knife place about cell shading. They said that it definitely wasn't Cerakote because that would be easy. And when you go to like Original Goat and look at there, let me just show you. So can you see the screen where the camera chat is? So you'll be able to see what I'm broadcasting if you look at that screen. But I'm about to bring up the browser real quick and show you what I'm talking about here. So hold on.
Yeah.
So right here, when you go to Original Goat and you look at their cell shading, it's got the voltage of what the colors are that they're using. And so,
cool.
And also when you go to Way of Knife cell shading, so I guess there's different ways to do it. It's just a matter of making it look that way. But when you go to Way of Knife, it says right here. So I went down here and it says cell shading, a visual technique that emulates the look of hand-drawn animation, first emerged in the late 1990s. And down here it says the anodizing process starts with hand-drawn details, so each knife or tool will vary by model. This is anodizing service and not Cerakote. That's too easy. So this can only be applied to titanium, no exceptions. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, so it sounds like what they do is they'll draw first, and they'll use whatever they're using, some sort of like masking liquid, and so they'll draw in all the lines first, and then start anodizing, and yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it's just a
matter. The good thing about Cerakote, I don't know what he's talking about, because the good thing about Cerakote is when your base layer is Cerakoted, then you have something for your drawn lines to actually stick to. So,
right, and of course Cerakote's going to be a lot more durable. I mean,
yeah,
because all this is going to show. I mean, it's going to show marks just like anything that's anodized would.
Yeah.
Plus
the drawn on lines, you can't anodize black and white, so they definitely drew that on. So that's just gonna. On those, it's not going to last very long because you don't have a base layer of wet Cerakote for the lines to stick to. So that's just something to think about. I mean, it does look cool, but if you're buying it and thinking it's going to last like forever, it's definitely something to think about.
Yeah, so that's weird. And then so you offer so like when you offer all kinds of services, right? Like the blasting services and like, because I messaged you about getting getting some scales Zerblasted, and you said that you did aluminum oxide first and then Zerblast over the aluminum oxide.
Yeah, just because with aluminum oxide you can blast away any snail trails or anything that you have already going on, any wear or anything going on with the finish, and then that way when you Zer, it's like a fresh clean slate to Zer over top of. Because after you Zerblast, like any little tiny thing, it's so fine. It's like almost like the stuff that I use is like close, high enough grit, but it's really it's like a shiny matte. So anything that's on the scale already is gonna kind of show through. So usually I'll just go ahead and blast the titanium or whatever clean.
And what grit aluminum oxide do you use?
Right now I'm using 120.
Yeah, that's what I got. Is some 120.
Yeah.
And then what does the Zerblast material? What grit are you using on it?
What do I have right now? Right now I have B60. So it's 60 grit, but they're like zirconium balls, right? So they they hit differently. They're not like they're not tearing up the surface, so it's not necessarily a grit thing. It's more of like how fine of a peen on the surface you get with the
they're painting. Yeah, they hit harder and they don't break up as easy, right? So they last like a lot longer.
Yeah, that's like the main thing about Zerblast is that if you're using it, it lasts a really long time. Also, when you're spraying it, the stuff sprays it like it's like snow. Like the inside of the glass cabinet that I have Zur in is like a snow globe. It's like really soft and light and like really fine. So it doesn't like break up and you're not shooting glass shards. It's like after a while, like with glass blast, after a while when it's all busted up and stuff, it's just like kind of like shooting aluminum oxide. It'll grit up.
So I noticed you had 2 blasting cabinets. Did you keep one of them with aluminum oxide in and the other was Zerblast?
Yeah, typically I'll have those 2 as like my 2 main things that I use all the time. I have like 3 or 4 glass cabinets, but I use,
okay.
Those 2 like all the time.
So do you do just regular glass blasting too?
Yeah, I have ever since I started doing Zur. Like, I don't even use glass anymore. It's just kind of so much better. It's so much smoother, and it like comes out a little bit darker, and it's got like a dark sheen. Looks like it's got like a little bit more depth. It just looks really good. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I've got a Wii knife that was actually somebody bought a lightning anode version. Here, I'll show you. So somebody bought a lightning anode version of the Wii sword fin, and then they did a Zerblast to it, and I just love the texture it gives it. Like it gives it such a cool look to it. But you can't get this knife just plain. You have to buy it in some kind of weird color.
I know. I hate it when they do that.
Yeah, because I'm just a sucker. I like just plain knives. But yeah, so this is the only one that I've got that's actually Zerblasted.
Oh, you know what else is cool with Zerblast is if you Zerblast over top of Ano, you get like kind of almost like a chameleon effect with the Ano. It's like, how do I explain it? It's kind of like
a House of Colors paint job.
Yeah, kind of. And the more that you blast it with Zur, like it'll start fading away, but you can stop at levels, and it looks really cool. It's like a real deep Ano, and you can see it real good in the contour and the bending light and everything. It's pretty cool.
Oh, nice. And what are your prices like for doing a knife? Like, do a lot of people don't like Zerblasted blades because they say they'll rust quicker, but I don't believe that. Like, I like the look of Zerblast. Like, it just evens everything out, but it does darken it. I mean, so some people don't like it. But, like, what are your prices to do, like, a set of scales?
For blasting?
Yeah, like Zerblast.
Usually, like, between 60 and 75.
Okay.
Not much.
And then do you do blades also? Like, do you Zerblast blades for people?
Yeah, sure.
And what do you charge for that?
Same.
Same.
Same, yeah. If I got it in the cabinet already and I've already taken the whole knife apart, it's going to cost the same thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's super cool then.
Yeah.
And then, like, I know you mentioned to me that you had a laser. Have you been doing anything for pay with the laser, or is that just kind of like it's been a hobby so far?
Yeah, you don't get a whole lot of people asking for it, so it ends up being like I'll just laser all my own stuff. Sometimes I'll like throw some laser etching on as like logos or like weird little emblems, and like I'll throw in stuff for people's knives. Like if I do something that's creative freedom, I'll throw in some lasering, and like I laser all my own stuff. And but yeah, no, people don't really ask for it. I thought it was going to be like I would get one and start posting pictures of it, and people would ask for it all the time. But no, actually, not really. But,
yeah, I just got mine, and it just blows me away at all the different things. Like, I'm just kind of like overwhelmed with all the stuff that you can do with it. So, like, I don't know if I want to, make all kinds of little trinkets and sell them on Etsy or try to pay for it or whatever.
Definitely, dude. Open an Etsy store all the way. Etsy and Spotify, Shopify.
Yeah.
I started using the Shop app a lot, and a lot of people. It's like Etsy now, with 3D printing and lasering. Yeah, I would say definitely if you want to like put some work in and try to build a little business off of it, definitely Etsy is the way to go.
Yeah, and I want to get where I think I'm going to eventually get a MOPA laser so that I can do color like a lot better, because they're better for color, but to do some crazy color patterns.
What'd you end up getting?
Just a regular fiber.
Okay.
It's not a MOPA fiber. It's just whatever theta. I don't know. I guess it's just a 30-watt fiber. Like.
Yeah. Colors are tough to get. Like, wish I had some. Let's see if I have some here.
I've got one right here. Yeah, here.
Basically have to.
I got one that I did not long ago just to practice.
That's with yours?
Yeah.
I didn't think you could get color unless it's a MOPA. Are you sure it's not one of those JTZ whatever?
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. It's just a. Yeah, I mean, you can't get as wide of a range of colors, but you can get colors. The MOPAs do a little bit wider range, I believe, or so I've been reading.
And then that is definitely an art form to be able to get good, consistent lasering. I got a lot of stuff that I kind of work on all at the same time, so I haven't been able to like dive all the way into lasering, but it's there's definitely a lot of nuance. Like getting different colors, you have to kind of shoot out of focus, which means you have to have like all kinds of different settings and like.
Trust me. Yeah, trust me, I know, like, light burn is about to drive me nuts, like, yeah. And so I noticed you had some tents over there, too. What are those tents? Like, do you offer any other services besides the cell shading and the blasting?
Well, I do everything inside. So in my building, my roommate and I basically bought out the basement unit of our building, and he does lighting. He does lighting and special events. So we have a lighting shop, and I do all my knife modding and everything. So these are basically, I have one that's my Cerakote tent, and I converted the chimney into the exhaust. So this is there's like a 12-inch fan going straight out the chimney for exhaust. And then this is a big old carbon filter that filters air back into the room. And then I have basically is my booth in here.
Oh, nice. So there's all your Cerakote colors down there on the bottom shelf?
Yeah.
Nice.
Colors on color. I pretty much have everything. And
nice.
I order stuff like pretty much every couple of weeks. So anything I don't have, if somebody wants something else, then I'm always placing orders. So but yeah, that just helps keeps debris and everything separated from the spray. And
right.
I mean,
no, it makes total sense. It's totally smart. Yeah. At first, I thought you might have been growing something, but then I saw some of the stuff, and I was like, no, he's not growing anything in there.
No, yeah. It's always either somebody who comes down here who doesn't know what's going on. It's always either a meth lab or we're growing weed.
Yeah. So, do you Cerakote a lot of just full knives, like just solid colors?
Yeah. Yeah, people, everybody wants everything black all the time, so I shoot black like every single day. And then I try to do a lot of recreating like Spyderco stuff that you can't like on Spydercos. Like a lot of people, a lot of like mod shops aren't allowed to do Spydercos. That's just like their Spyderco's like deal or whatever.
Spyderco's a bitch.
Yeah, like if you're like a registered business or whatever, but I'm just me, so I'm just a dude online with a basement.
Right. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what the majority of stuff that you like market to people would be like. So I guess a lot of Cerakoting, a lot of cell shading, a lot of blasting, some laser.
Cerakote is mostly what people ask for. Usually, the reason that they come to me. I have a pretty clean Cerakote, Cerakoting setup here. So that's the most popular
no
thing.
doubt.
The cell shading has been like popping off like crazy, like insanely busy. Like I have a few different companies that I do big batches for and everything. I'm still catching up on orders from before Blade Show and stuff. So I've got all kinds of cell shading on the bench. I don't know how long that like fad is gonna last or whatever, but I'm here for it. Here doing it, getting pretty good at it at this point. I've probably done more than 250, less than 300 of them.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, just practice with the pen. I don't know how much of an artist I am, but I've done it so many times that I can get a pretty good result.
Yeah, and I guess once you do a bunch, you kind of know where to put those lines on the next one, so it looks, kind of like shading, and the exact term shading. You're kind of shading the edges to make it kind of look cartoony.
Yeah, and I've gotten some pretty cool through doing this, because you have to trick the Cerakote to get it to give you what you want. You basically have to trick the cure times and stuff. And from doing that, I've come up with some other really, really cool finishes. Like typically Cerakote, you're not able to stone wash it because it doesn't really make sense. It's like a hard ceramic coating, right? So you can't stone wash it. But if you trick it just right, you can get really cool stone washing effects out of it. So that's kind of the next look. I'm trying to get some new finishes in the pipeline that no one's ever seen before.
Do you thin it down a little bit with some kind of thinner like stuff to make it thinner to where it doesn't dry as quick?
No.
No?
No, I just mess with the cure times, really.
Okay. Is it a mix like epoxy, or is it just a single product?
It's a 2-part mix most of the time. They offer like a air dry that's a 1-part. I've never used it, so I don't know how it looks, but they also just came out with a new line that's it's 2-part too, but it like dries in 15 minutes. I don't know. I use like their standard like H series, like their flagship stuff, because I know that it looks great. I don't know.
And how long does it take to dry on the regular stuff?
Typically it depends on the series, but typically like 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours? Okay.
So
you got some time. It's not like it's not going to dry in 10 minutes, but yeah, 2 hours is still pretty quick.
Yeah, well, that's for a full cure. That's 2 hours in the oven for a full cure.
And is that your 2 ovens behind you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something I've been wanting to look into too, but you can do heat treating and all that in that same oven, right? That's the same kind of oven that you would do heat treats in? No?
Not that one, no.
Okay.
But they look just like that, the actual heat treat ovens. They're a little bit more, the heat treat ovens are a little bit more involved. They're smaller and hotter. But,
okay.
But yeah, same idea.
Yeah. Because I know, like, a lot of people, you can't get low temperatures in, like, a regular oven. Like, I think a lot of them won't go below, like, 250 degrees or something, 200 degrees maybe. So, like, some of that lower temperature is better for curing stuff, correct?
Oh, yeah. I definitely need low temperature. These are really awesome. They're basically, they're from a medical supply store. So they're made for, like, incubating and, like, I don't know, dental stuff. Fun fact, dentist tools are like the best tools for working on anything to do with knives. And you can build like an entire dentist office out of stuff from Amazon. It's amazing. You can look up dentist tools. It's crazy.
Yeah. We looked up how to use the little dental buffing pads are the best buffing, like the different grit, the ones you put on a Dremel, the 1 inch and 2 inch, like they're crazy, man. Like how good they are.
Yeah, and you can get all different kinds of scalpel blades, and see what else. Oh, they even have like small glass cabinets. They're just big enough just to put your hands in, and it's got a little tiny gun. And for like small parts and stuff, just like a little tiny benchtop glass cabinet. It's amazing. I don't know how well they work, like, and I don't know what type of media they use, but I always thought those were really cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. And so do you have carbon filters in everything, or you just got all your air run like around to that one carbon filter?
No, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different exhaust fans with filters around the shop. I have different ones, so they all have carbon, and then 4 of them have actual. I don't know if you can see it, but so
the inline fans.
Not a whole lot of light back here, but behind the inline fan is like basically a big register box where you can put in whatever type of MERV filter that you want.
Yeah, like a baffle?
Yeah. Yeah, I use like the paint arresters inside the booth, and then regular like household MERV filters in the box, and then they go through. If it's coming back into the room, it goes through the carbon filter. And
yeah, that's something I need to be more.
It's actually super low VOC anyway, so it's like,
yeah, I need to be more careful with stuff like that. I'm a smoker, and so I just figure cigarette smoke is probably worse than all of it, so I don't do nearly enough protective stuff. So it's good to see that you've got it all set up.
Don't smoke and use acetone. It'll be breathing fire.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, dude, I worry about, because I use acetone like for everything. I'm like, if I'm handling acetone all day long, and I worry about that. So I mean, I have everything down here like filtered to shit. So I try to get all of that out of here, but.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good to see. Like, it's good to see. It shows that you're, very professional about it. Because, to have that many carbon filters and have all that, that's, a lot of people wouldn't go through all that trouble, but that's cool to see that you've got that. Somebody asked in the chat if you've ever cell shaded a utility blade.
I haven't, but I'm down.
Because
I've done like what are those Exceed design utility blades?
Yeah,
I'm getting ready to do one of those. So these 2 are going to get cell shaded. This is like the Civivi utility blade.
Yep.
And then an Exceed. So it's going to get done. I might even do a couple of the actual blades too.
I don't know what your feelings are on clone stuff, but I just got a clone shortcut, a Hawk shortcut, and I believe he did too, and so I think maybe he was talking about getting that done. Do you work on clones, or are you totally against clones?
I don't think I really even have an opinion either way. I mean, if I was like a maker, I might have like more like strong morals on that sort of thing. I'm all about like the whole USA thing and all that.
Yeah.
And obviously I don't love to see small makers and businesses get ripped off and stuff like that, but I'm not.
Right.
I also like, I've realized that a lot of people aren't just out buying clones of everything and like that's their whole thing. A lot of times what I've noticed is people will buy clones of the knife to like check out if they like to carry that or if it's their thing or like size and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then just get rid of the clone, and if they like the knife, buy the knife. So I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of reasons.
I think we should be able to do whatever we want to do, and the people like even makers that get mad at people for buying them, they should really get mad at the people that are making them, because if Amazon sells them and my aunt goes to buy one for her son and doesn't know it's a clone, then who's the one at fault there? It's the person that's making it, So I have a big opinion that they should be mad at the makers, not the people that are buying them. But
I'm sure they are mad at the makers. I mean, what are you gonna do about a factory in China that clones a bunch of stuff? There's not really a whole lot
exactly.
you can do. Really, you can only like exercise outrage on those around you that you can like try to affect or whatever.
But have you done cell shading on clones, or do people send you clones?
I've been sent a couple of clones. I did them. I may have been sent more clones than I even know of, and just like didn't know it. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm not wanting you to like self-incriminate yourself, because I know how the knife scene is, and they're totally like, if you mention anything about a clone, you're like excommunicated. So I mean, some people are.
I don't even know. I mean, I did in the past couple of months. I did probably like 60 or 70 Benchmades, and they could have very well all been clones. I don't know.
Yeah,
they weren't, because I know what company they came from. But some of those clones are so freaking good now that could possibly never even know. I never really ask. It doesn't even really cross my mind, honestly.
Yeah, and plus that's not what you're there for. You're just there to do your job and pass it back to the person who bought the knife. You don't really care, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think about it. Like I said, the whole like Clone War thing, I don't like the idea, but I also haven't put much energy into thinking about it. At least not in a long time. I'm sure there was a time like when I first got into like the communities and collecting and all that, it probably meant more to me, but I haven't really thought about it a lot.
Well, that's good.
I could see it's probably still a very big no-no. If I've done it, I didn't know that it was a clone. But one of the last distributors I did, I won't say who they are. One of the last distributors that sent me a batch contacted me afterwards and said, "Hey, we just found out that this, and this knife are all clones, so don't work on those. Send them back to me." So that's like my close brush with clones. The only one that I know that I had. Yeah.
So some company sent you a batch of knives to do, and some of the ones they sent you were actually clones? That's wild.
Yeah, and we just didn't. I don't know. He found out about it later, I guess, and just called me up and said, "Hey, don't do those. These are suspects."
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So let's see. I'm trying to think. Did anybody else got a question? Like, somebody said that they know somebody who died from lacquer thinner using it every day. So be careful with your acetone.
Yeah, dude. Luthiers, guitar makers. That's why. What's it called? What's the lacquer that they used to use on like Fender guitars? It looks like the old Fender guitar factory. That's people were like getting cancer and dying and stuff just from the lacquer. Nitrocellulose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't ever be too careful.
It's no joke. At least it smells loud, so you know when it's around. But I mean, I'm sure the VOC level, to some degree, is like still there, even though you're not smelling it. So that's why I have filters in everywhere in this room at every station, like right at the source.
So I got a question about your blast cabinets. So I've had a problem with sealing up around the lid. Like, do you use foam sticky tape like around the edge and just build it up? Like what kind of blast cabinet is that blue one back there behind you? Like the little ones?
Those are from Eastwood, and it's an ongoing problem. My solutions to that kind of thing just are ever evolving. The best thing that I found to do, and I'll show you, and you'll appreciate this, is because they're so difficult to seal, and even when you do seal them, like I've used silicone, I've used different epoxies, I've used like a ridiculous amount of like that.
The gasket stuff, yeah.
The tape that is supposed to be like, you pick up a car with a strip of tape type shit. I've tried everything. The best thing and like the first thing you should actually do is this. I cut I need more light over here, sorry. But I cut another hole in the side of the cabinet right here.
Yep.
And put another filter so you get more air through. I don't know if you've noticed, like when you have the cabinet sealed up really well, you start to get air bubbles like around the feet, like it starts sucking air in from wherever it can. And so
Right.
it's basically starting to destroy your seal right there. And that's where that's the start of all the leaks and everything. So the best thing you could do is have more air coming into the cabinet so that there's not air being forced into all the little holes, and it starts to destroy all that work you did trying to seal it. So if you use like silicone caulk or whatever you use to seal it, before you do that, if you put a bigger air intake in the cabinet and then seal it with whatever you want, it doesn't even have to be like super strong. That seal will hold way longer because you have more air intake.
Okay. Yeah, I've just noticed, like, I've got it sitting on a table, and of course you see where it drops down on the table, you know, beside like whichever corner it's coming out of, but it definitely comes out, like, and I just didn't know if there was a secret, but I bought some of that foam, like window seal tape and stuff to put on there that, you know, squishes down to put around, and I'm going to try some different things, but
yeah. The next thing that I'm going to do is there's a company, I think it's called APC, but they make polymer cabinets. So they're basically like injection molded cabinets. So there are you're not fastening two pieces of steel together. There's no gaps. There's nowhere for it to leak. So next time I buy cabinets, which I might end up just like breaking down and doing it just for fun, I'm gonna get the polymer ones. I don't know how long they hold up, like blasting inside, like you're blasting the walls and shit. But I imagine they're probably pretty awesome.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. Yeah. The less pieces you have to connect, the less holes and gaps you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody just asked in the chat that they said your shop looks awesome and well organized. How much have you invested to start, and was Anno your first offering, or what service got you started?
I started with Cerakote because I wanted to get a bunch of stuff Cerakoted at one point, and I started going and getting pricing from all these places, and it was just like the pricing was outrageous. So I started looking up, like, you know, all the videos of DIY Cerakote at home, and it's always like dudes in their fucking backyard or whatever. But with the amount of money that I was gonna spend on having, like, it was like 2 knives and like 6 sets of hardware or something, just black. That amount of money, I was able to buy like one of the starter kits with the nice gun from Cerakote, and I had some time at work, and so I actually took everything to work and did it at work in this like spare room that we had down in the basement, and it came out so good because I had like prepared the room, and like I used to work I was a painter's assistant at a body shop like through high school, so I just like went back to like all the habits that I had when we would, you know, prep a room for doing cars and stuff, and I just prepped it all really well, and like my first shot out the gate, I got really awesome results. I'm like, oh shit, this is really good. And then I started posting it like a little by little, and then people just kept asking me if I could do it again and again and again. And it just kind of built from there. So the first thing I did was Cerakote. I actually held out on Anno for a long time because I don't really like Anno that much. But a lot of people ask for Anno, so I have a pretty awesome Anno setup too.
Yeah, they wanted to see more of your setup. Okay, nice.
So this is like the acid. I use multi-etch.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you used Wink or multi-etch, because multi-etch is way better.
Yeah, I use multi-etch, and I think that company has come out with a new formula of multi-etch now too that's supposed to be really good. I haven't tried it yet. But these are water baths, so it's basically like a double boiler. I don't know if you've ever done any Anno hot or not, but it's way more vibrant and happens way faster when you do everything hot, and it seals better. So like the Anno actually lasts longer. So I have everything in double burners, and then I have a couple of different like sealants and stuff that I use. But these two, I use this one for doing like black Anno because I keep it separate from regular Anno because black.
Do you use manganese sulfate?
Yeah, It basically destroys everything. So I try to keep it separate.
I hate that stuff. God, I hate that stuff.
Yeah, it sucks. It's like cow shit, basically. And then ultrasonic cleaner. And it's super clean. I like this.
What kind of anodes and cathodes do you use? Do you use titanium?
Yeah, I think you pretty much have to use titanium, right? I just have these titanium mesh.
Okay, so you got some of those mesh ones. No, you can use any metal you want, as long as it's conductive. You can use aluminum or stainless steel or titanium. So, but
I think for the high, like to get high voltage, like the high voltage purple and green and yellow and stuff, I think you pretty much. I think you have to use titanium. I can't remember because I was not using titanium like in the very beginning. When I was just getting started with it and I wasn't like super interested, I just kind of went like lowballed the setup and was just using whatever. I think I used a spoon or something. And I was just trying to get green. I couldn't get green, so I started looking it up.
Yeah, those mid 90 volt greens are super cool. They are harder to get. Do you use wait, what was I going to say? What your power supply? Do you know how many amps it is? Is it like 3 amp max or?
This one's 1 amp.
Oh, 1 amp?
Yeah, I think I can't remember why, but I went with 1 amp because everybody was saying to use 1 amp. I think it has something to do with like the stability of getting to the color, like something about finding the color. It's a slower pull of voltage. You have more like throw in the knob to really fine tune the color.
Okay.
Instead of just like getting to the color really fast. You have like it kind of like zooms in on that band, so you could go the same speed and like really pinpoint the color you want. That's the impression that I was left with, and so I started.
Have you looked into getting into DLC at all?
Yeah, it's not going to happen. The equipment that you need for it is not even feasible.
Okay.
Most of the guys that do DLC send it away to a metal treatment facility anyway. So it all goes off to like a place and gets done in huge batches with everybody else's shit. And
so
I mean, a lot of it looks really good, but the equipment.
Do you know what the difference is between? Do you know what the difference is between some of the cheaper price DLCs and the good stuff? Like, because like I know like Kaiser is starting to do some DLCs, but it's not nearly as good as like Kunwu.
Yeah.
So, and like Way of Knife offers a DLC service for $30. Like, and so they must be sending it off to one of those places you're talking about in big batches or something. But I can't imagine. I mean, I've got one that they did, and it looks good, but I don't know how durable it is. I haven't tried to scratch it, but it does look good. But yeah, their DLC service is super inexpensive. So I just wondered if you knew the differences between the cheap stuff and the good stuff.
Do you remember when the Custom Knife Factory Evo 3 came out and they had like the mirror, not the mirror, but like the polished DLC?
Yeah.
So like that's a good DLC, and then a kind of bad DLC would be like Spyderco's kind of blasted looking DLC. I mean that's like the difference in lower end to higher end.
Yeah.
It's,
I just wondered if you could do the cheap, if you could get into the cheap DLC for a little less money than the good machines to do the real stuff. Like
if they start like. If I end up finding, because I check in on it like a couple times a year, I always like see what new technology there are, and like because you need vacuum chambers, and it's got to have like stable moisture and temperature and like all this stuff that I know nothing about, a lot of chemistry and stuff. But if they start selling more like more of a affordable like
consumer
vacuum setup, there's one company right now that's pretty good. Like you could get. I think it was like $8,000 or something for their smallest chamber that is like the core of what you need to do DLC. But there's not much room in it, and that's not everything. Like I would have to basically build out another area just to like house everything you need to do DLC.
And I'm not trying to pocket watch or get into your business too much, but did you like take the money that you made from the Cerakoting stuff and reinvest it into new equipment for other stuff? Is that kind of how you grew it?
Oh yeah, dude. So like when I first started doing it, it wasn't even supposed to be a thing. I didn't even plan on like really building this out, but I started doing it, and then my friends started asking for it, and then their friends started hitting me up. I just had people hitting me up so consistently that I just like I left all the money in my PayPal, and like pretty soon my PayPal was I think when I moved, I was doing it at work in that room, like just like in between shows at work. I would go down to the basement and like work on my own stuff and work on my fans' stuff and everything. And then I think once my PayPal account was like sitting on 12 or 15 grand, we found this basement apartment unit, and my roommate was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" I'm like, fuck yeah! So I just took all that money and just like bought a bunch of lumber, built out the space, and it's ever evolving. I'm kind of like as much as I'm into knives, I'm super into tools and everything too. So I have a lot of tools, and so it just made sense.
Yeah, I just noticed the drill press behind you. I hadn't even seen the drill press. Like I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, I'm into tools myself. I think most men are into tools, especially if you're into knives.
Yeah, man. Usually, when I'm not doing anything, you'll find me searching out like weird Japanese and German like screwdrivers and shit. I have like a affinity for screwdrivers. I have a pretty
do you know who AVE is on YouTube? The guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be one of your favorites.
He's been around for a long around for a long time.
Yeah, he loves his German screwdrivers.
Yeah. Yeah, Nipex. I think I was the first. I swear to God, I started the Nipex fucking craze. I've been using Nipex or Knipex or whatever you want to call it forever. I got everybody that I work with because I do. I work for Disney. I'm like a assistant technical director for special events for a theater. We do all the red carpet premieres, Hollywood premieres for everything Disney. And so all of our techs, everybody has been carrying Nipex for years and years and years before anybody ever even heard of it. Because when the plier wrench first came out, I was using it for lighting, and it's like the best lighting tool that there is, hands down, ever. And I was using it. Everybody's like, "What the hell is that thing?" I was like, "You got to go buy one." And this was back when you couldn't get them on like Amazon. You had to actually go and order one.
Find the Japanese, yeah. I had a buddy that was an electrician lineman that used Nipex for all his electrician work. So I've known about him and I bought a pair. I was real big into 3D printers for a while. Like I have like 8 or 9 3D printers, and I ran a Facebook group and like all kinds of stuff. So I was real big into that, and I had to buy some nice flush cut pliers, and I ended up buying Nipex flush cut pliers. But yeah, they're great tools. Japanese make some of the best tools, and still like and electronics. Like I'm into watches too, and the Japanese movements are pretty good too as far as watches go. Like, and Germans, a lot of people don't know that Germany has more patents than the U.S. does. Like Germans know how to engineer stuff, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they do. Yep, all the best stuff comes out of there.
Let me think. Any more questions? Anno bead blast. What grit glass beads did you use when you did use glass beads?
Oh,
like around 80, or
I think I usually went with glass. I usually went higher. Like I remember buying some 320. I think I always up over like around the 300s, over like between 120 and 320.
Okay.
That's what I always use.
Because Zerblast material, I don't know if you saw that quote that I got from the Atlanta place, but it was 55 pounds of I think it was B100 or something, for around $630 or something. Is that a good price?
That's the place that I use.
Okay. The place in Atlanta?
Well, there's one in Jersey too. The salesperson that I am connected with is at the place in Jersey, but there's one out here in California too that I just saw. But yeah, I mean that's like seems like pretty standard price. The only thing that sucks is you can't get less than that. So it was hard for me to find somebody to like. First, I wanted to go in halves with somebody, but you know, you tell them the price, so it's like nobody wants to do it.
How much, like, in your cabinet, how much do you go through, like, Zerblast material? Like, how long would a 55-pound thing last you?
It would last you forever. I think I haven't changed that. Let's see. I got this batch of Zer in probably September of last year, and I haven't changed it out yet.
Okay, and did you buy like that much, or did you just get like 30 pounds, or?
Yeah, no, you can't buy less than 55.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, I got the 55. I filled my cabinet up, and I think it went through maybe not even a quarter of the supply of it. I don't know how much is in there. It's probably like 17 pounds or something like that. Yeah, it lasts a really long time. I don't use it as often as aluminum oxide. Like aluminum oxide, I'll change out my cabinet every month, pretty much.
Okay, and do you just use like the Harbor Freight stuff for it?
No, I use Zorro Select. So I don't know if you've ever used Zorro.
No, is it? Can you get it on Amazon?
No, Zorro is the distribution site.
Okay.
It's like Zorro is a company, and yeah, they have really, really, really good. They're like their brand of aluminum oxide is really, really, really good. And they have a ton of different types.
Is that like I'm in the South, so do you know if that's like a Cali thing, or would they have it out here? You think?
I think they have warehouses all over the place.
Okay.
They're shipping like they get to me. I could order right now and have whatever here this time tomorrow. Like, and I think it comes from Vegas, or it might come from California, but they ship like the same day.
Yeah. Let me see.
As far as Amazon, the best stuff that I've found is I think it's called Activia or Inactivia or something like that. That's a good brand.
Okay.
I think it's called Activia.
And then, have you done any? Because I know. Have you done any moist or wet blasting?
No, I'm not set up for that.
And have you done? Do you have a tumbler? Do you have a tumbler?
Yeah. So these would be rotary tumblers.
Yep.
Basically, it's like a big drum
right.
motor, and I'll keep like two. I have two of them. I'll use two different media types, and then I have a third barrel that I haven't filled yet. I'm gonna get some stainless steel shot for it.
Because you can get some really nice polished finishes with tumble stuff, right?
Yeah, if you prep it right. And I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, I've got a vibratory tumbler. Yeah.
So
I don't have a rotary one yet, but I've been reading up on a bunch of stuff, and a lot of people, because you can either blast or you can tumble, and you can get the same kind of finish. I mean, close to not exactly the same, but I mean, it all depends on what kind of media you're using and stuff. But a lot of people do, like in those big batches when they do like warehouse and stuff, a lot of them use tumbling media instead of blasting media.
Well, yeah. You can match any factory finish with the tumbler and the right media.
Yeah. And go ahead.
The real small, like 1/4 by 3/8 or 3/16 or whatever. The smallest ceramic triangles that you can get is that's like the do it all kind of tumble media. If you get those triangles, and then if your vibratory tumbler has a thing on the bottom where you can mess with how aggressive the tumble is, then you can pretty much match a factory finish by just
but the rotary tumblers, you can also put regular media in those too, like glass beads and Zerblast material in there too, right?
Yeah, compounds. You can put anything in there. Rotary, I use the rotary way more than I use the vibratory. The rotary, for some reason, it always comes out more uniform. I never worry about it coming out of the rotary tumbler.
Yeah, because the vibratory one, every now and then it'll give you a huge line across it somewhere that you didn't want it. Yeah.
Yeah, you get like like real weird stray ones. And you gotta kind of the vibrate. I've found you kind of have to leave it in a long time to get it uniform, and then at that point you risk going too long and it just doesn't look good. So.
And then one last thing about polishing, you mentioned that you used your laser to polish some.
Yeah, I have. It's not easy to find, but you can do it.
Is that where you get the let me show you something. Let me ask you a question while I'm showing you this. So right here is the polishing colors. Like, would it be like one of these shiny silvers, like right in here? Is that what you're trying to do, basically?
Yeah, roughly. It depends on the material you're lasering. First of all, it depends on how big the design is, like how long the job is going to be, because the heat will change it. The bigger it is, you have to break up the one laser job into sections, basically, and let the piece
so it doesn't heat it up. Yeah.
So it doesn't heat it up too much, otherwise you'll emulate a weird color. It's so nuanced, man. It's like it's a pain. It's so cool, but it's also like a real pain in the ass if you're trying to do something specific. But you can get it if you play with it long enough and you have enough scrap before you do the actual piece that you want to do. You can get it to where it will pretty much polish it, or at least like fake it enough that you can take it from there and then like hit it with some flits or whatever and give it a really cool polish.
Yeah. I hope to get into my laser as much as I got into my 3D printers and get to be a pro at it.
I don't know how you don't have an Etsy shop already if you're doing printing.
Yeah. I mean, I got out of the printers. I go hard into whatever I get into, and I go overboard, and then I switch hobbies. So it's just how I do. I was building 3D printers and selling them and all that stuff, and then I just kind of just stopped all of a sudden, and moved on to knives. So I don't know. So I've only been collecting knives for 18 months, and I've acquired close to 700 knives. So I go super hard.
It's always in the beginning of collecting is where you get the most knives, man. When I first started, it was right when designers caught on to drop shipping and stuff. So 2018, 2019, when every week there was a new drop of something cool and you just had to have it. So I was spending all kinds of money on knives.
Yeah.
And now I just I'll wait until I'll see somebody will send something through here that's awesome that I asked them about, and I buy knives from people who send stuff here all the time. I have a couple of different groups of people that group chats and stuff, Facebook groups that I'll buy from, but I haven't had to seek anything out in a long time. That's really liberating,
Yeah, for sure.
The whole drop life is so stressful.
Yeah, I never had that FOMO, that fear of missing out. I don't luckily I didn't get into that, but it seems like so many people are into that. They have to have all the newest ones, Yeah,
I used to do that with Spyderco really bad. Anything Spyderco, dude, I had to this is just my Spyderco drawer.
Dang.
And this is an old drawer too, so when the new flavors and shit come out, I have to have it. And then I'm super into pens, so like I have a lot of pens.
Have you lasered any pins?
I haven't done any pens, no.
Because I bought the rotary attachment with my laser so that I could do pins and tumblers and stuff, but I haven't even got into that yet.
Yeah, the light burn makes it really easy to use the rotary attachment, so that's good. Because every mom who starts a side business gets a 30-watt laser and a bunch of blank hydro flasks and builds a business on Etsy. So
right, yeah, those Yeti type thing, man. It's crazy what people buy, like pay for those things.
I think this is kind of my most recent. It's still like kind of an old purchase, but my most recent like big purchase. It's the
I don't even know what that is.
Zodiac Datum.
Zodiac, and what's the name of it?
Datum.
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 Yeah, that's awesome.
He's like he's in Orange County, so that's cool. But yeah, super small maker. I think this was his first design, but look at the tolerance on it.
Oh yeah! Wow, the blade fit. Wow.
Yeah. And this is the only one that I've ever seen that's totally satin. Like it's raw. It's never had any finish on it at all. It's like straight off the CNC. That's why I bought it.
And yeah, that CNC work looks great. The milling looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anybody that wants to make knives just buys them a big Tormac CNC and starts CNC and stuff.
Yeah, CNCs are becoming more affordable too. You can get like benchtop size ones where you can do like 12 by 12 stock of a piece of whatever and CNC it all day. I got a buddy who's getting into that right now. He's inspiring me to get one. I'm gonna wait until they're a little bit more affordable, or I have time to learn another software.
Yeah, but you can get those for like $8,000 now. The little Tormacs, like $7 or $8,000, and they used to be $200,000. You know, for a nice one. Like,
yeah, you basically had to take out a business loan.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. I guess I'm gonna start ending this stream up and go over some more stuff. I totally appreciate you answering all my stupid questions, and hopefully, people will. I'll send you some more business your way, and if you've got any kind of like, so you just strictly work off your Instagram, basically. You don't have any other links or anything you want to give out.
Just my Instagram and my Facebook. I pretty much do everything through there. I mean, it's the best. There's already a messenger built into it.
Yeah, so when I clicked on your Facebook link from Instagram, it wouldn't let me enter. Is that a private group or something?
I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I don't know why.
Yeah, so let me show you what it shows me whenever I click on it, just so you'll know. Because I was wanting to go check that out, and when I went to it, this is what happens. So if I go to Instagram and I wait for it to load up because Instagram sucks sometimes. I don't think I clicked the link right. Hold on. So if I go to Instagram and then I look at you, I search for you, and up at the top on your page is your Facebook link right here. So when I click that, this is what it says. It says this content isn't available right now.
Weird. I don't know.
It says when this happens, it's usually because the owner only shared it with a small group of people. So I think you might have the settings to where you're only sharing it with people that are on your friends list or something like that.
Could be. It could be maybe a change of password to do that too. So I'll go check that out right now and see what's up.
Yeah, because I'd like to be able to send people over there to check out your stuff, and I don't mind going to Facebook.
I'm mostly Instagram. Like I will always you'll always find me there. Facebook. I mean, I use Messenger a lot. I don't always post on Facebook, but I think my Instagram posts will cross post to Facebook. Maybe not if the link is broken now. Maybe it's not cross posting, but
yeah.
for all like the most recent most recent stuff and the fastest way to message me or whatever is definitely Instagram.
Okay, somebody asked me real quick about that knife again. So what was the name of that maker?
Zodiac, and the knife is called the Datum.
Like Datum, like D-A-T or Tatum?
Like data, but U-M, like Datum.
Okay. So Zodiac Datum.
Yeah.
Ken Spalding?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Zodiac Engineering.
There you go.
And looks like he has a zodiacengineering.com. So I don't know if he sells his stuff on there, but
I know he's a small custom maker. And he does small drops when he can.
Awesome. Yeah. So I will follow him and check out his stuff because I like that milling. That milling work looks super clean.
Yeah, it's nice, and I think his most recent ones are probably more user friendly than this one, even because like this one, I love this thing, but the lock bar access is kind of tough on this one.
Yeah.
But,
well, cool, man.
Earlier production one though. So.
Well, man, I appreciate you, Jack.
Yeah,
and you're welcome to come back anytime. If I got any questions, I'll hit you up, and I'll send people your way if anybody asks me where to get some of that stuff done. So.
For sure, man. I'll be here.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you hopping on, and we'll see you next time. Later. All right, guys. So that was Mr. Jack from Pocket Sex. I appreciate him being there to answer all my silly questions. I mean, I guess there's no silly questions. I learned a lot. I hope y'all learned a lot as well. Make sure to go check him out on Instagram. His link is in the description of this video. John, sorry I didn't ask him about the price, but you can message him on Instagram and ask him. He was super cool about answering my questions really quickly on Instagram, and he didn't know me from anybody, so I just think he's that type of guy, so that's cool. Kind of like me, where I don't mind answering anything from anybody. I don't have to know you to answer your question. So that was super cool. Yeah, I don't know. The milling where the blade pocket was on the scales was pretty wild. In fact, I don't know that I've ever seen a knife that was that close to where the blade met the scales. Yeah, he was a super cool dude. Bunch of super cool questions. I tried to come up with everything I could think of. Y'all weren't throwing me much to ask. I guess I was doing a decent job of asking with the same things y'all would have asked. So, I think I might do before the video's over. I know a lot of people got tired of a lot of people aren't into mods, I guess, as much as I am, but I really appreciate mods. And seeing somebody's work service like that is really super interesting to me. But there's other people who could care less. They just like it when it's done. They don't want to know how it's done. Waylon, yeah, I got the Cash App money. I forgot to tell you thank you. Of course, whenever I get it, I'll send it right to you. So I almost don't want to even put the skiffs in this now, because when I cleaned it, it made the action so good. So I want to almost look and see what other knives I have that these would fit in. Because this one works so good now. I don't think skiffs is going to improve it, and it's a pain in the butt on these integrals to get the blade out and to get it back in, because you can't take the scales apart. So the fact that this one has this good of action now, perfectly, just one little shake and it shuts. I think I might keep these skiffs and find another knife that needs them better. Let me let me go to something static that's not moving around, because I'm sure that video was driving y'all nuts earlier. But yeah, this Sin Cut was a super cool knife. I think Pete has having internet troubles. He's on vacation and on a train, and I can imagine. But I only got this for $22 because I got it on Knife Swap. But I think on the website, these Sin Cut Awasi, I think it's called. I think they're like $60, $56. They might be $80. Sin Cut Awasi. Aha. So they're only $50 for the wooden one. Yeah, they're only $45. Yeah, that's why I remember now. That's why I gave him $22 for it, because I wanted it half price. So yeah, the only thing I'm not super happy about is the blade steel. It's got 9CR blade steel. But as far as the ergos go and the action on it, I mean, y'all know my big hands. I can get 4 fingers on it perfect. And the hollow grind on it is great. Very slicey. And 9CR properly heat treated is not terrible steel. It'll just give you a chance to use your sharpener more. And it's got a lot of sharpening life. So yeah, that was cool. Let me think. Yeah, I'm not going to put the skips in this, I don't think. What else do y'all want to talk about today? Did y'all like seeing his shop? His shop was pretty awesome, huh? He's got pretty much everything. I think one thing that that happens when you get a shop like that is you get really focused on doing the things that you've learned to do, and then when you start getting new equipment, it's kind of harder to want to learn all the intricacies of that new equipment, because I think his laser was maybe one of the last ones he's gotten, and I don't think he's really dove into that one as much as the other stuff yet. And I totally understand, because he stays busy with all the other stuff. There's not much time, you know. But I hope to be able to focus on my laser a little more, because I don't have all that other stuff going on. And I hope to be able to dial mine in and get some really good colors and really good patterns and really good etching. And some of the questions I probably, if I talk to someone who only ran a laser shop, they might had dug into it and done a little more. And I'm not faulting him at all, because everything else he did awesome. So I'm sure if, given enough time, he'll get into his laser just like that. But like, there's just certain things, that you pick up after doing it a lot. And I don't see why. So just knowing what I know about 3D printers and stuff, and about layers, and how moving the head of equipment up and down and stuff, and with the laser you have to get it at the right height in order to focus the beam at the surface of what you're going to mill. So that's very important on getting that exact, because you adjust your powers accordingly based on that focus point. So if you change your focus point at all, then all your powers are going to be different, and all your colors will be different, and everything. So getting that focus point down is very important with the laser. And I don't know if y'all heard him, but he said a lot of the colors that he's getting, you have to be out of focus a little bit. And so, it's about learning your laser. But if you could get your focus down to be exact, and maybe we need to talk to the other laser guy that we had on, or we haven't had on yet, but that we talked to, or did we? No, we didn't have him on. But he joined the Discord. John, no, I haven't. My 3D printers, they're all just put up right now, but I'm about to get one going again because I can 3D print knife prototypes, and I want to do that. But what I was saying about the laser thing, what I was getting at, is my laser is only a certain strength, and it will only engrave a certain distance. But it seems like logically to me that the reason it will only engrave a certain distance is because of the head being focused at that distance. So therefore, if I engrave down into something as deep as my laser will go, and then I learn how to adjust the laser down to where it hits at the bottom of that first engrave, then I ought to be able to keep going deeper and deeper. And theoretically, if the laser point is small enough, I should be able to cut through something if I just keep lowering the laser and the focus. Now, I'm new with lasers, but just logically that makes sense to me. So the fact that I can only etch a certain depth shouldn't matter if I learn how to adjust that depth. I don't know if that makes sense to any of y'all, but I think I kind of spelled it out and explained it. But the reason my laser will only go so deep is because that's where it's focused, and all I have to do is readjust it down however much the depth is to refocus it down at the bottom of that engraving to start cutting again. Anyway, I'm excited about getting into my laser and learning how to do it really well. And I am going to use my 3D printer to help with that process. Because I can make all kinds of jigs and all kinds of stuff for alignment tools with my 3D printer. I can make forms for knives. I can make all kinds of stuff with my 3D printer to help with the lasering. Once I can make custom things that hold scales perfectly, and I could even make them where they're adjustable in height. And I could make something in theory where I could leave my laser head at the same height and raise the knife up a certain amount of millimeters or whatever in order to keep engraving deeper. So I could 3D print and come up with some crazy stuff. But yeah, that was exciting to see somebody with a super cool shop. He definitely has been doing it, knows what he's doing. I've looked at his Instagram too, and he has done some amazing stuff. Yeah, and I would rather leave the head of the laser alone and not have to move it, where I could move the actual stuff I could make an adjustable, and they make those they're like little scissor jack stands. They make little scissor jack platforms that you can get, and you can adjust those up. A little scissor jack platform. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about really quick on that. Scissor jack laser bed. There we go. Perfect. So they make these things right here. Wow, that was quick. I got lucky with that search term. But they make these little beds like this that I could make a fine adjustment system. I could modify this with 3D printed parts and make a little fine adjustment thing with a certain click or something that raised it just the perfect amount to do all kinds of intricate passes. But that's a 4-pack for $40. And I could 3D print one of those too. So they're called scissor jack. I can't spell. So right here, scissor jack table. So there's the exact same thing with the little crank handle and everything. The threaded gears, the gears, everything. So yeah, I've got to get my 3D printer going because I can make all this stuff and 3D print some super cool stuff. I knew I'd seen them before back when I was 3D printing. So there's all kinds of different models of that. And you can find ones that use real hardware too, like metal hardware, so they don't wear down. And you can print in all kinds of plastics, like this one has metal hardware. Pantograph jack. And that one's a dual one. No, John. I can print something like that for like 38 cents. Even counting electricity and material. Yeah, I could print something like that for like 70 cents to be like honest. But yes, to use the metal part, to buy all the bolts and screws and stuff, probably so. But I like being able to conquer stuff with just 3D prints because it's super cheap. And my kilowatt hours here in Tennessee are some of the cheapest in the nation. Because we have the TVA here. So the electricity cost for me is super low. Kilowatt, let's see, kilowatt hours cheapest by state. I don't know which state. North Dakota is the cheapest. Less than 10 cents is all the light colored ones. So Tennessee is definitely one of those. I guess you can sort by average. I said it was one of the cheapest, but it's not one of the cheapest. It's about in the middle. Mine is cheaper than that. Mine is like 8 cents right now. So I guess that's average. I guess I get lucky with the county I'm in. But I'm pretty sure mine is, let's see what Nashville is. Oh my God, I don't want all that. Nashville kilowatt hour rate. Yeah, 9 cents. I think mine is around 8 cents per kilowatt hour. But anyway, yes, I'm going to get back into it. And I'm going to get good with my laser. Well, all right, guys. It is Sunday. We're supposed to be chilling and relaxing today. So I think that's what I'm about to do. After I get something to eat. Appreciate y'all for hanging in with me. I hope y'all got some information and got to see a cool shop. I know I did. If y'all need me, you know how to find me. I'm going to start ending this one out. And yep, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Number 185 is in the books. Had an awesome guest on today. I didn't want to totally let him know how much into clones I was, but it was good to see that he's kind of neutral with it. And I don't like seeing a small-time maker get cloned either. Like, I mean, in all honesty, I don't like seeing that. Do I like seeing people that are jackasses get cloned? Well, maybe some of me likes it a little. Maybe not. John, so you don't need me to do that, buddy. I mean, I don't mind doing it for you, but all you got to do is find whatever knife you want to buy and just copy and paste the link into this Get It thing. So I'm not anything special, but you can't just check Atlantic Knife as a whole. You have to find a knife on Atlantic Knife. You have to pick a knife on Atlantic Knife. Like, let's say I wanted this. I don't want to pick something that's already on sale, so let's pick this automatic Chavez. So you just go up here and copy this link and you paste it in here and you just hit go. And it does all the rest for you. You can't check a whole website at once. You have to just check a product at once. So it goes out there and it searches and finds all the codes. And it looks like there used to be it's going to find a bunch. And then it uses a cloud web browser to go check them all. And I'm going to guess by looking at this that the 5% ones might work. And at some point there was a 10% one. And a holiday special at 15%. But I'd say most you're going to find is a 5% one. But it just takes it a little time to go through and check all those. But all you got to do is just find the web page with the knife on it. So if we wanted to check a different one like this Vosteed, you would just click up here after you go to that page and do the same thing again. And see, it drops it from 300 to 285. Oh, the 10% one only takes 5% too. But it's showing you that those codes are working. Waylon, Scott, Brown Sugar, appreciate you. But yeah, it looks like 10% maybe for your first order, and it would give you cheaper than that. It would take off $28 instead of just $15. But it looks like the 5% ones work. So drop me 5, price drop 5. But you could do the same thing with this one. You just start over again and paste that Vosteed link. You can do the same thing again. But I'm guessing that most all of them will have the same codes, and if one of them works on one knife, it should work on another one. So at first it shows you the original price up here, and then after it tests the code, it puts a slash through it and shows you. Yeah, John, so you pick the knife first. So if we were going to go look for anything else, like if I wanted to buy a Spyderco Manix 2, then you could go to this Blade HQ link right here, click on the Manix 2 that you wanted, and then copy this link right up here at the top to the Get It. So you can use it on any site you want to. So now it's going to go through and find all the Blade HQ promo codes. So I hope that explains it to you. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll see y'all with a fresh new week starting today, but really starting tomorrow on Monday. Yeah, just use any knife. There you go. Mister's got it. Just use any knife to find an active code on the website. And one more tip. Don't click the link that pops up here that lets you go try to buy it at that price. Copy and paste this into the window you were at, because it'll hijack your data and get credit for part of a sale if you just click the link that's going to pop up here. I should have shown you that when we had a link on that other one, but it gave you a choice once it found a lower price up here to click up here and do that automatically. Don't do that. Just click the code that worked and copy it and go back to here and paste it. So yeah, want to forget that. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, guys.